my friends. Yes, I got another stretch bracelet. These are beautiful pieces. That's all I got of it. It's not enough for a full bracelet unless you got a little tiny bracelet like this. So what do you do when you have beautiful pieces but it's not enough to make a full bracelet? Well, then you got to augment it. You got to add stuff to it. So I went out in my craft shed and pulled these tiny little, these are bicones. I was going to say rondelles, they're not, they're bicones. And then I got my stretch cord, which I had stretched ahead of time, put a little bead stop on it, and I tried it with just these, and it was still not big enough. So I'm going, okay, now I got to think about what it is I'm going to do, because that isn't going to work. So I went back out in my shed and got some silver beads. Oh, there, look at this. There's a brown one in the middle of that. Let's put that in a different container so we don't accidentally pull that out with these. Okay. So normally when I do a stretch bracelet, I'll go in halfway to about here, and that's where I'll hide the knot, is inside there. But look at this, it's all solid. I'm still going to try to hide the knot inside there, but it's not going to be a case of where I can tie the knot in here. I'm going to have to tie the knot here and try to pull it in. And I won't be able to do the trick where I go in like this and out like that and back around and just have one knot over here. Yeah, I'm going to have to do 2 strings. But, you know, every piece of jewelry is different, and that's what makes this so fun and exciting. Whoops. And yes, I am using the 1mm Stretch Magic thing. I did find this another thing just like this. I got this one on eBay, but I found it at Walmart too. So this is running pretty low. Oh, I probably got one more bracelet on there, maybe 2. But so I found it and bought another thing of it. So we're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Let's start with, all right, we're just going to start with one of these little silver beads. Then I'm going to put a pretty blue bicone. See if it goes in that hole. All right, there was one of them that wouldn't go in. Yeah, since I have to redo it, I said, let's go ahead and grab the camera and talk a little bit. I haven't heard back from my son yet, but I told him, I said, the last video I did was for you. He's going, that sounds ominous. So, we'll see. Actually, he said cryptic. I guess he said cryptic. Because I didn't tell him what it was. I just told him it was a present for him. All right. When you're doing these, and there are 2 holes like that, get in a rhythm of always holding the bead the same way, or the finding, so that you'll always put it through the right hole. Because you don't want it to end up like this. So if you always put it through the same, whether or not it's the top or the bottom, I always do the top, it'll come out right. It's kind of like when I told you with the earrings, when you put the earring hooks on, always hold your earring hook the same way. And that way, whatever works for you, do it, but keep doing it. Don't just put it any old way. Just find what works for you, your rhythm, and that's how that works. Okay, I am going to pause this because this is going to be boring, because I'm just going to be beating, and yakking. Well, it's not boring, right? Be nice. Be nice. I have siblings that would go, But, yeah. That'll save my brother from having to put this on double time while he watches it. I probably talk like this when yeah. I have slowed down how much I talk, how fast I talk since I've been in the South. I used to talk really fast, and I have friends that will tell me when I go up home for any length of time and come back down, they'll say, you talk really fast now. I'm like, okay. But down here in the South, everybody talks nice and slow. I think it's because if you talk fast, you'll break into a sweat. It's been very humid here. Today is supposed to be the last day of the rains, but we seriously needed the rain, so we were in drought condition, and we are no longer in drought. Yay! Every once in a while, stop, check, make sure that you have not forgot to put in one of the, like the silver beads or something, you know, because sometimes it'll happen. Or sometimes you'll put in, you get talking or thinking or whatever it is you're doing and do something twice. I've done that too many times. Yesterday I did a stretch bracelet, and I had to do it 6 times. The first time, it wasn't big enough. I'm going, okay. The next time, when I went to tie the knot, the stretch cord broke. I said, okay. But it kept doing thing after thing after thing. I put them in the wrong order one time. I had to tear it all out. So, you know, yeah, things happen. I was ready to throw it against the wall by the time I finished. In fact, I didn't even keep it to wear. I put it in the we can sell this, because I was so frustrated with it. And it's one I would wear. I may pull it back out, and the hole looks very small. I may pull it out and wear it one day and put it back. Because I like to wear whatever I make. I'm not big into selling. That's why usually when I sell it for like $2. Simply because I need the space in my inventory. And I can't, you know, right now where I keep my jewelry is got so much stuff on it that, yeah. So I only keep that I really, really think I'll wear. Some of it's not the prettiest of everything I've made. It's just I've got an outfit that will go with it. And so you're going, well, if you got an outfit, you should keep this. So there's that. But I hate the selling part. But I do like making it, and I do like talking to you, and I do like it when you guys comment. Oh, look at that. Isn't that going to be pretty? See? Those silver beads actually add a whole lot. You don't notice them. You know, if you were to look at this quickly and describe it to somebody else, you probably would not even mention that they have little silver beads on them, because they don't stand out. But they do make a huge difference on how much these rondelles, not rondelles, see, I did it again, bicones. They are bicones. Rondelles are faceted, round beads, crystals. Well, I guess they can be bead. I don't know. Bicones look like 2 cones stacked on top of each other. See how it, I don't know if you can see. Let me bring that to you. Can you see how it's like cone shaped on that side and cone shaped on that side? They're faceted too. And they're just kind of stuck together. I know, it's very little. Let's see, where was it? I need a silver bead. See? Okay, now I'm gonna pause, fast forward. Okay, I've got it done, one thing around, but look at this. Look how small that is. Do I keep that for like a small woman? or do I tear it apart and just use these in something else? Or wait until I have something to add to it? Because look at, I mean, I can get it on my wrist, but look. Yeah, no. And I really, it's beautiful. I don't want to add too much more to it. I think I'm going to wait and see if I don't find some little spacers that can go in here to augment this. Because, you know, this is really too pretty for children. And, wow. Like if I had, I pretend that's only that big. If I had something like that, I could actually put them around. You know, that's definitely not what you do. And that would make it bigger. And I could still use the other beads in there. I'm really disappointed. All right. We'll have to go back to the drawing board on that. But, you know, not everything's a pass. Sometimes it's just a big fail. But I really love this bracelet. It's really pretty. All right. Well, that one ain't working. This one here needs to be restrung. I ain't going to do that for you because that's just restringing. So that's kind of a boring. And this is, I don't know, that's not my style. But somebody liked it. They bought it. They wore it. And they obviously wore it out. So maybe we'll have to see what else we're going to do on this video. It's obviously not going to finish that bracelet, which I love. All right. Bye. Okay, I'm back. It's been a couple days. I know it felt like just seconds for you. I found these, and I said maybe those could go into here to make this bigger. But under, I don't know if you can pick it up in the light, but that's a little bit of a different blue than that. It's even a different blue than that. Does it matter? I don't know. I'm going to try adding another silver bead. So it'll be one of these, 2 silver beads, a blue bead, 2 silver beads, and then another one of these. We'll see how that looks and how big that is. If it's not big enough, we'll tear it apart and add those. Yeah, so that's my plan. I know I said I was just going to leave it and whatever, but when I come across those, my brain started working again. And so I said, let me try. All right. Now, it'd be good if I could use these because I could actually put the knot inside here because that's not filled in the way it is on these here. It's not a solid tube. So, yeah. It's going to be a nice sunny day today. It's in the 50s right now, which feels pretty nice to have it stopped raining and have some cooler temperatures. Although it's supposed to get up in the 80s today, so the 50s aren't going to last long. All right, there I got the right number there. And again, I'm facing this towards me and going through the top bead. So just remember, especially if you're talking or if you've got somebody there or you're watching TV or whatever you're doing, you know, you might be listening to a podcast. So your brain is half employed somewhere else. Yeah, just make sure that you have a pattern that you're using in your head, so that you don't have to tear it all out. That being said, even after knowing these things, I still, my brain glitches on me, and yeah. So, but yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. How fun is that? I am brewing some tea. So, I will break and get my tea as soon as, did I set the, I may not have set the timer. Okay, so I'll do a little bit of this and then I'll just go get my tea, and I will fast forward this here because, yeah, this is just the same thing over and over and over again. And I'll let you see what it looks like when it's purty. Hopefully it's purty. I have, while I was cogitating on this, whoops, wrong one. I did come across some other things that will be useful, and I'll show you those in a minute. Oops. And I could have just used a larger silver bead, and I know I have them somewhere, I just don't know where they're at. So there's that. I just think these little ones are so cute on this. Okay, we have them all strung. Okay, now let's see if I can get a knot in this without it being terribly complicated, because that little bead right there wants to jump ahead and get in the middle of the knot. Okay, let me, oh, it loosened up. Can't let it loosen up on me. I need another hand. Anybody want to lend me a hand? Let's see what I got now. Nope. Look at that little bead. Those two little beads are being such a pain in the butt. That's one reason why it's so much easier if you have a pass through like here, where you can just knot it here where the beads aren't going to be in the way. All right, let me pull that. All right, let's do just a simple knot here. And hopefully we can do that without that bead getting in the way and without it loosening up. It keeps wanting to loosen up, and that I can't have, because we cannot have this being too loose. All right, let's see. Okay, tight, tight, tight. I'm going to put another one on simply because it's being a jerk on me. All right. Clip that right very close. Don't clip your knot, but you want to be very close. All right, if you can, try pulling that knot into the thing there. Now let's see if this is going to be big enough. Oh, it is. It's going to be big enough. Cool. So I don't have to put these pieces in because this will be large enough to wear. It's not, you can see it's not like skin tight on me. Okay, so let's do the other side. And I can save these here. I do have, I'm not sure where I put them, but I have some more, oh, here they are. More little ones. And these are like green here. So those blue will go in there. And then I have that one there. So these are all odd ones. I may run into some more that I can add into it. But yeah, that's good. Good, good, good. Okay. That's not long enough to go around. That's the piece I cut off. So this is all gone. Is there something I can do with this? Nothing that comes to mind right now. It'd be cool if there was something, but so do I hoard it and keep it, or do I toss it? That's the question. I'm just going to set it over there for now, and we'll decide that later. Okay, I got my other stretch cord out, and there's what, 25 meters on that? Yep, 25. So I got some. All right, the first thing we want to do is take and stretch it all out so that it wakes the elasticity up. You don't want it to be woken up inside your bracelet, because then your bracelet will have these gaps in it. All right, put a stop bead on it, just like that. Stop bead, yeah, whatever it's called. Okay, this right here, let me clip that end, because it was, there's a place right here that keeps this from unwinding here, and you just kind of go like that. Yeah. All right, let's get going. Should I put you back on fast forward? I have made some tea. I do have a few projects to do. I took the rug kit over to my son. If you see my video that I did before this one, I was showing you how to do punch rugs. This guy, his picture when I thought he was 2, but he's actually not quite 2. He's about 20 months old. Okay, how come you're not going through this one? Let me, maybe that end is just blunty, I don't know. They don't want to pass through there. Nope. Anyways, the picture of him and the rugs and stuff, I asked him if he saw the pictures. He said, yeah, it says Danny. He goes by Daniel now. So I'm going, but that's what your name was back then. Everybody called you Danny. And if you go up home, everybody still calls you Danny. You probably won't go back up home. Okay, why are you not going into this? All right, let me get you a different one. Because, you know, all the holes are not equal, so sometimes you do have to pick and choose here. All right, supposedly they're the exact same size stretch cord. They're both 1 millimeter. Okay, 1 millimeter. But this one seems bigger around. It's weird. All right. Clip it down a little bit, because maybe that part I can't stretch. Let's see. How weird is that, huh? Anyways, this morning before my husband left, he said, I lost my remote inside the couch. I'm going, oh well, that's okay. So we're not going to be able to use this. I do have one that's smaller, and I'm not sure what the deal is, but we're going to switch it out. Okay, this one here is 0.7 millimeters, so it is quite a bit smaller. So I know it will go in there. I don't like using the smaller because it's not as strong, but it should be strong enough for a lightweight bracelet like this, especially since it's going to already have one side that has the bigger cording in it. Anyways, So this morning after my husband left, I got up and I went into the living room and laid down on the floor and felt around underneath the couch. And there's a lining. And anyways, I could not find the remote in the lining. And I got my hand up way up in there and felt around, nothing. So I went around to the back because he said that he even tipped the couch back to see if it was under the couch and stuff, and no luck. So I'm looking for the knot. Hopefully it's inside and we won't see it. But anyways, there was the covering on that has got like a Velcro covering on it, and I just took the Velcro off and the remote fell out. So he has his remote back, and he ain't got to use mine. But he'll get up in the middle of the night and can't sleep in the bed anymore, and he'll go out and watch some TV. Takes his mind off thinking, and puts him to sleep. TV wakes me up. I'm one of those people who cannot watch a scary movie, not because it scares me, but because if I go to sleep, if I watch half a scary movie and fall asleep, I will, my dreams are going to be scarier than what the writers wrote. And yeah, I have a very vivid imagination. Yeah, this is going on really easy onto this here, so that's not going to be a problem. Whoa, I just kind of flung that, didn't I? These are little tiny holes, so I'm sure eventually my eyesight's going to get so bad that I'm not going to be able to see these little tiny holes. It's one of the blessings of getting old, right? But at least I'm getting old. A lot of people don't get a chance to get old. Anyways, I'm going to keep going. See how that looks. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. All right, I'll be back. Okay. Well, that was fun, huh? You like going fast like that? All right. There. Where's the other end? Nope. All right. Now we got to tie this again. Try to even them up a little bit. All right. Let's tie that there. Again, I can feel that bead wanting to get into the middle of that knot. Okay, trying to pull and tug and, oh, no. Look at that. No. I need that knot tighter than that. Why? I have not had a problem tying knots for a very long time, and now all of a sudden it is like fighting. These knots are. All right. Now I know this, I can actually, if I pull hard enough, I can actually break this one. The 1 millimeter, unless there's a flaw in it, and they do have flaws sometimes, weak spots. If there's a weak spot, then I can, here, let me tighten that a little bit more. Yeah, I don't want to break it, but there we go. I feel better about that now. But yeah, I usually can't break those. All right, let's put it on. Oh, look at that. Can you see it? What do you think? Come on, focus, focus, focus. Ah, oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right, I like that. Okay, so I'm glad I didn't put those 2 beads in because I like this. All right, let me clean up here and pull some out. Okay, I have this bracelet, and you can see it's missing several of the rhinestones here. And then I have these rhinestones here. So I'm going to try to put I'm going to have to pick up the prongs. That one's bent over. And then you set the rhinestone in and you push the prongs over it. These are a prong set. That's what it's called. Bracelet. And let's see if I can repair that. Do I love this bracelet? No, but somebody will. It won't be me. First of all, I'm not a big red person. I am not a big bangle person. Yeah, if I was to want to keep this for myself, I would probably make it into a sun catcher or a Christmas tree ornament, hang something here that's Christmassy, because that'd be pretty on a tree. But we're going to try to save it as a bracelet. I went and got tools I might need. I've got the round nose pliers, I got the flat nose pliers, and I got a pokey tool. Do I know what I'm going to need? Nope, I don't know. I do know I need to get those prongs up so I can get the I don't want to bend them too much because we do not want to break them, because if they break, then it's, oh well, that was fun. All right, let me see if I can get her just a hold of it and just kind of bend it a little bit. And that one a little bit. And I do not want to put glue in these because yeah, I just don't want to. This red is a little bit different than the red that's there, but not so much that it's going to make it look odd. All right, let me push those prongs down on. Prongy, prongy, prongy. All right. Well, look, can you tell? Huh? I think it's about the best match you're going to find for an after the fact thing. And if you look inside, you can actually see that they've got a stretch cording in there. So it's like these here are on a stretch bracelet. Could I take it off? Probably, but I ain't gonna mess with it. I am not gonna mess with it. But these prongs move pretty easy. That's probably why so many of these got pulled out. Come on, use your pokey tool. Get that set down. You want it flat. Come on. You gotta sit in there flat. All right, let me do some more adjustment here. More adjustment, just like I said, I don't want to adjust too much because I don't want, there we go. I don't want to mess up the prongs. And you just push with whatever tool you have. Those, that kind of, it got off balance. I'm not happy with that. All right, pokey tool under here. Straighten that out. Straighten it out. Why did you push that down, huh? All right, let's push you here and push those over on top of you. I still don't think you're laying flat as you can. Yeah, that's better. That's a little better. Ooh, something's sticking me. All right, and And we have one more. This one's bent really bad. Ooh, I can take that off. Look at that. I think it's glued though right here. See how it, yeah. All right, where's that one right there? Up. Don't break off. I am so worried that one's gonna break. Let's see if I can get one in without manipulating it too much more. Come on, we need to sit in there flat. Sit in there flat. Yeah, for the longest time, I thought these right here were like flat on the back or something. I did not realize that they were pointy too. The backside were, because I've never messed with too much in the way of, well, that's not sitting in there good at all. All right. See that one there? That one went sideways. Come on, you need to go over the stone, not over beside the stone. Use a pokey tool a little bit. Oh, fine. We will start over. All right. That's, ooh, I'm not seeing really well right now. My eyes were going, hee hee hee. You ever have your eyes do that? I know. Do what? Yeah. Ooh, that one needs to be pushed down in. Look at that. That one. Can you see that? That's going to come off. So we need to probably go around and just secure all of these after we finish with this here. All right. Let me get a different one. That one just felt smaller for some reason. I mean, they're all the same size, but that one just, you know, and I've got plenty, so if I'm a little bit concerned that it might not be the same size, just get a different one. All right, you are not sitting the way I want you to sit. That is one of the problems with the fact that these are not flat on the back, is that they want to lay on a side, you know, like that there. Okay. Come on. Am I getting you? Am I getting you? Am I getting you? Okay. Alright, this just isn't getting in there. Let me pull that one back. It's possible that that's blocking it. Ooh, that's in there good now. Now if I can just close those up on it. That's low. Alright, it wasn't in as good as I thought it was. Go on, down, 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 down. Oh. Okay, that's better. You turned. I saw, I knew you turned. Oh, you flipped all the way around. Well, that's terrible. You know what I could do? I could just put a dot of glue there, stick that in, let it set, and then put the prongs down. I mean, that would be the easiest way to do it. Got anybody else that's prongs are up? Anybody else? That one maybe. Push it down. That one right there. Prongs up. Okay, so, all right, I'll be back. Okay, get our indispensable tool and some E6000. I know I said I didn't want to glue these in, and I don't, but I'm done fighting with that. All right, so that's all I'm going to use. Put the cap back on. Put just a dot right there. Just like that. Come on. All right. The rhinestone. No, don't go bad in bottom side up. Do not go in bottom side up. And I want to make sure it's in there level. Okay, it's not perfect. Not perfect. Perfect in every way. All right. Come on. Come on down. Oh, why are you being such a stink, huh? Now you don't want to move at all. Come on. There. Moved it a little bit. It budged. There. Nope, it's not there. It moved again. I should take my glasses off so I can see better. All right, there we go. There. Now I'm just going to let it sit. I'm going to put that right there so I know which one it is. I'm going to walk away and I'm going to let that glue set up so that I won't have to worry about that. And then I'm just pushing the prongs down. We'll be back. Okay, it's been a couple hours. I know, you didn't even notice, did you? All right, let's put the prongs down. Just kind of pinch that way, pinch that way. And check it, nope. Let me push on it this way here. Okay, the whole thing is moving. There we go. All right, that one's in. If you look real careful, you can see which ones are not original. But who's going to look that careful, right? So that one's done. All right, with these here, I got thinking with this here. Whoa. Okay, this has, where is it? That one's missing, and that one's dead. I was thinking there was two of them that was dead, but I guess it's just that one's dead. And I don't really like the milky rhinestone that's in here. Okay, let's see, and that fits perfect. So what we could do, it's not bad if it's mixed with other colors. We could just take out every other one and do colors. And these are the colors I have. I have the red, I have clear, I have yellow, and I have that teal that's in that side. And then I have these here too, which are I don't know that I'd put the red and this together. I almost think the red is shinier than these here. Let me pull them out of the plastic. Da, 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 da. See if they... All right. get one of these, set it beside it. Yeah, the quality of these here are better than the quality of those. So let's put these back in here, not use those. I mean, I'm sure from your point of view, they look exactly the same, but when I get up close, there's a clarity to these here, a shine that's missing in that, because those are plastic and these are probably plastic too, but are higher quality. They might be glass. Can't tell. It's very hard to tell plastic from glass at this stage here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get my heat gun to remove some of these. I'm gonna have to cut it because it definitely, there's no stretch at all left in the stretch cord. I had pulled this because I was thinking in that bracelet I could have just done one of these, the blue one, red, you know, every one of these, instead of using the rondelle, the bicones, these here, and those these here, the silver beads. Huh? I got a loose silver bead. Somehow it got on top instead of in the thing. But then I got thinking, when I thought about these, I'm going, you know what? I could bring this back to what it was, and also fix that other one so they're both beautiful. Instead of just having one beautiful bracelet, I'll have two. So that's my plan. And since I have to tear this apart anyways, I don't have to worry about keeping these two good, because I got to tear that one out. Can you see that that's dead? I don't know if you can, if it's picking up on the camera, that this one here is definitely gray, where the other ones are that milk color, milky white. Okay, but that's what I got to do. But I don't know if I'm going to do it today or not, because I got to go get the, what's that thing called? My heat gun. Yeah, heat gun, picky tool, and my I don't know where they are right now, my little finger guards, and something else. I mean, I can hold them with this, or I can hold them with the silicone finger covers, but it's got to definitely be held by something, because that heat gun heats things up really hot. So that's my next project. I did pick up some stickers at Walmart 2 days ago. Anyways, some of them got little shiny stuff on them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this down on the silicone mat, resin the top of it, and then I'll resin the back. And I may put it just on a white blank, or I may try to just do the butterfly itself, punch a little hole in it, make some earrings. We'll see. I just didn't have these, and the reason I got two is because I did not think they had identical, like I can put this one and this one together, which are perfect. This one is, well, maybe I didn't need to buy two. I am finding the pairs now that I'm looking at it, but I don't see the pair for that one. Is that the pair? No, that's the pair for that one. Okay, some of them, yep, right there. There's the pair. Okay, so I didn't need to buy two. They were 96 cents. I mean, not a big purchase. But I could put like the little flower right there, and that little flower, just add it to an earring somewhere. It'd be cute. Little heart, little tiny butterflies. But the bigger butterflies I'm going to try to make as standalone earrings or pendants or whatever we want. Okay, all right. I'll see you later. Okay, my folks. I went out to the shed and I got my heat gun. While I was out there, I was looking at some of the stuff that was out there. Things I can do. Oh, I got some blue on these from something. Not sure what that came from. All right. There's this bracelet. it needs a cabochon. It's got like a pink color to it. It's really interesting. I'm not sure if it was like supposedly a rose color, but it's works just fine. It just needs that cabochon. And this is one we're going to have to build right on here, or make a gold mold, pretend one. Gold. What am I saying? A clay pretend one, and then put it in a mold and make it from a mold. I think I'll just put a piece of tape on the back of that and build it right here on the bracelet itself. I also pulled this out, which needs cleaning, so I'll clean that. And then these here I made a while ago, and they I don't really love them. So what I was thinking I would do was hit the gold centers here, maybe with a gold paint pen, and then with some resin, brighten these up. Now you can see this was actually done with resin at one time. I just don't think it's that pretty. What do you think? Huh? What's your opinion? It could be, you know, it may be that flashy isn't for everybody. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave them. All right. Okay, I paused because my husband came home. I was saying that this needs to be cleaned and polished up. Feels good though. But I also, since I'm going to be using the heat gun, I'm going to remove that. I think that is a very ugly, cheap looking cabochon. And so I'll be removing that, and then we can fix that. This one here is beautiful. It's missing a rhinestone there. I think there's another one somewhere. Oh, it's very sparkly, very pretty. It might be the only rhinestone missing, huh? That one kind of looks dead. Yep, that looks to be the only missing rhinestone. So we can replace that rhinestone. And then we have a pendant that we can put on a chain somewhere. But right now we need to work on removing some of these rhinestones here. And if we're going to do half of them, we got to figure out how many we have. There's the dead one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Is that the dead one? All right, so there's 22. Okay, that means I need to remove 11, except for there's already one moved, so I need to remove 10. So first thing I'm going to do is release the krakens. There we go. Because this is not in good shape. All right, let me get my pokey tool there, and this has been glued in. Do not like it when people glue these in. So many YouTube channels say, oh yeah, just add a little dab of glue. Yeah, well, that's fine if it's dirty, dirty, dirty. If you're never going to tear it apart, ever. Okay, goes one direction but not the other. All right, just throw that away. And see if I can get this one loose. Okay. And there we go. Dirty, 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 dirty. Okay, that string is nasty. Okay. I have this plugged in. This thing gets very hot. So it's got a little foot there, which is really great. Let's start with removing this. These are my silicone figures I was telling you about, and they're great for holding stuff you're painting or holding stuff that you're blowing hot air on. All right. Here, let me pause while I do this because I can pause it, turn it back on, and then fast forward it quietly. As you can see, I was heating the back of this, and I can smell the glue being released. Yep, there is a smell to it. Okay, now I just need to clean that up a little bit. Yeah, let me. Sometimes when you're using the heat gun, it gets too hot even for those silicone fingers. So always have a piece of pliers, a pair of pliers right there. All right, I'm trying to remove the glue while it's still warm because it moves a lot easier that way. Okay, now this thing, that's ugly. I'm gonna throw it away. I'm sorry. I don't like them. If those are your thing, I'm sorry. They're ugly. Okay, let's separate 11 out of these out. Let's find the dead one. All right. All right, that's already done. I'm still not in love with this milky thing, but I think once we add the color next to it, I think the milk color will look nicer. Come on, flip over. Doesn't want to go over on its side there. All right, so I think that's a dead one right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I should have 11 left. So there is 5. Nope, there's 10 left. Okay, so there's an odd number. Did I miscount? There's 5. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, how are you looking? You're fine. All right, let me put you over there. Let me slide you forward because we don't want to get our table all hot. I am going to use these here to hold these because that's going to get awfully hot. It's very small. All right, let me pause and do that again. I'll probably do a bunch of these and have fun. Okay, I warn you guys about how hot this is. Let me show you a little demonstration. If I was to keep going, it would actually catch on fire. You see that? You see the burnt? But I don't want my husband freaking out, so I'm not going to keep going. All right. Am I going to throw these away? No. I can use them in something. If nothing else, I can put them in resin, you know? Why not? Okay, let's figure out what we're going to do with these now. All right, so we're going to go every other one. We decided that. Did I put the glue away? I did. Silly me. Silly, silly me. All right. Right. And whoops, right side up. All right. Come on. I like the smell of burnt pine. These are basically pine, if you didn't know. Toothpicks. Yeah, they're not made out of a hardwood or anything. They're made out of probably pine. All right, let's try alternating colors. Let's see what that looks like. And let's see, put a yellow in there. And we got, oops, what color? We have white. We can add to it. Oops, turn over. Yeah, I know I got my hand in the way. But the white's not gonna go. No. So let's dump that one out. So we would go back with the blue. And then the red. And the yellow. We might want to just do one or maybe two of the colors. Oops, come on, flip over. Yep, there you go. Whoops, that one was the wrong color. Supposed to be blue next. That's easy fix. Ta-da-ta. See how easy that fix was? Alright. And yellow. And blue. And red. Okay, so that does not come out as an even number. Come on. Oh, you're being a pain. Okay, so we should have had one more with yellow in it if we were going to continue the pattern. Does it matter that much? Not really. It's better than if we ended with like 2 reds or 2 blues or something like that. Here, let me put these back in here. I don't need these in my hand. What we also could do is just do, I actually like the 3 colors. I was going to say we could just do blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red down through. I like that hint of yellow though, every once in a while. Let's bring this around. See if it's, yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem, that the fact that we're missing 1 yellow. I think that'll be pretty. I think that's what we'll do. Well, first we're going to glue in all these rhinestones. I'm going to unplug my heat gun and straighten up here, and we'll be back. Oops. All right. You missed gluing these all in, which you've seen gluing before, so I'm not going to freak about the fact that my phone shut off. It was being a jerk. I do have, I am using this 1mm Stretch Magic. I didn't stretch it. It's a very important step. It just makes it more elasticy. Yeah, more elasticy. And yeah, when I went to download the video, I noticed I'm going, oh, wonderful. It is, didn't record part of this because my phone was full because somebody, me, forgot to delete the last video that I did. My phone only has so much space in it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with both strings. I'm going to go down through, and then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to come into here and knot it behind here. And we're going to do every other one. So remember I said make sure when you're doing this that you do it the same way. While I'm putting the top up here, sliding that through there. And then I'm going to put the bottom flipped over, so this is actually the bottom. Okay. And it'll look just like that. And I will fast forward. Okay, we're all the way around, and that's what it looks like flat. Now we're going to come in, we're going to put one through that hole there, pull it out so it don't try to go through that other hole. Well, that was, let's see, and then that one goes through this hole right here. Okay, let's turn it wrong side out. If I can here. Everybody goes wrong side out. And that way I'll be knotting here instead of trying to knot underneath or in the middle, whatever. Let's see if I can knot this time, because I don't have any beads trying to be stanks here. Come on. Yeah, it doesn't want to go underneath. Oh, it's always something, huh? It's always something. There we go. Pull tight, 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 tight. Throw another knot in simply because we can. And you can see that I'm pulling it very tight. It's not like I'm being gentle with that. All right, let's clip this here, turn it right side out, put it on. What do you think? I think it got pulled out. Why did it get pulled out? Okay, I'm not happy. What's wrong? Did it somehow? Okay, it's perfectly fine this way, but when I turn it around this way, suddenly it's loose. Is it an issue loose? That's the question. Yeah, I'm going to tighten it up. But I'm not going to do it on camera because you saw how it's done and everything. And all we're going to do is do the exact same thing, knot it, only I'm going to not turn it wrong backwards to knot it. I have not had this issue before. This is a brand new issue for me, in that this way is, if it's on the outside, it's so much longer that it actually gaps when you turn it this way. I've never had that before. I've always had it, I clean some glue off in there. I've always had it so when you did it, it was just fine. And it, because I clipped the knot tight, small, it's not going to be a case of just, you know, clipping it and then tying a new knot. Well, that's a bummer, isn't it? Yes, it is. All right. This is Bethany with New Life Jewelry Creations. We just learned something about that sometimes you can't turn it wrong side out to tie the knot. Sometimes you just have to go like this and tie the knot wherever the knot is, right here. just tie it right here. See how much? It's that much difference. It's unbelievable that there's that much difference just because I turned it wrong side out. Well, I learned something, and if I could tie a little tiny knot, I could do that right there. But I am not that talented. I'll probably try, but it probably won't work. But anyways, I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoy the video and hit the like button and come back and see me. Bye.